Howdy folks, Kyle Bahr here.
And I'm Tyler Bahr. Today we're out on Lake Minnetonka and we are fishing the Blackfish Classic. Today is a little difficult filming. You're only allowed 2 people in the boat, so we weren't able to have our camera girl with us today. And so we just kind of had to film what we could from a different boat. And we didn't get a lot of the fish catches on camera, but we made out what we could, and I think you should enjoy the show.
So what the Blackfish Classic is a tournament put on by Blackfish Gear, which they do rain apparel, these sun shirts that we're wearing right now, and they put on a tournament on Lake Minnetonka, and they have some great prizes. They paid on 20 spots, and first place is 10 grand.
So right away in the morning, we got out, we met at Lord Fletcher's is where we took out of. First, we had to pull up the docks, check in, get our numbers, all that fun stuff. Then we got to head out in groups. There was 17 or 18 flights today, I believe. We were flight 16, so we didn't take off till around 7:30ish, and we fished until 3:45. And so what we did, they just sent you out by groups.
Yep, pulled up to our first spot, and I bet I made 3 casts with the crankbait, and boom, whacked a good one right away. And then from there on, it just fell. It was a tough bite today. Had 12-15, so not a great day, but respectable for a tough bite. There were a lot of people that struggled today. We weren't the only ones. So it really was a tough bite. Congrats to the guys who had 18 pounds. They had an absolute mega bag. And they were able to figure out and we weren't able to. I had 3 rigs today that I was using. I started off with the deep crankbait. Got a couple fish on that and then it really slowed down. Then I went to an old secret that we have, and it's just an old Texas rig Senko. Then moved on to a Ned rig, which seemed to catch quite a few fish also. All that is pretty light gear, and you just gotta play with them. You don't want to force them out of there, because then you start ripping lips, and you're gonna start losing a lot of fish if you start horsing them in.
Best bait for me today is I was using a drop shot. We're fishing really deep weed lines out here. The weed line goes out to about 21, 22 feet. So just a really deep weed line, and that's what I was using. I was using a drop shot on 6 pound. It's kind of tough in the weeds with that pound of line, but with the line that thin, it actually cuts through a lot better than what you think. You just can't let them get in the real thick stuff. And it just worked out today. That's why I caught our biggest fish on today and got a lot of fish on it. Yeah, so we've been, all morning we've been fishing this deep weed line out here. It's been a really, really slow bite. A lot slower than what it usually is out here. We're fishing really slow. We're either fishing really slow or we're throwing big stuff, reaction baits. So far right now, our biggest fish came on the drop shot and the others, I think one came on a Ned rig and the other one came on a big crank. So it's kind of a little bit of everything. And we're seeing a lot of bluegills and fish on the graph, so we know they're here. It's just a matter of getting them to bite.
When Outdoor News asked us to fish this tournament, we love fishing tournaments. We're like, heck yeah, let's do it. But for most people, tournament fishing is not something that's so easy as a lot of people think it is. There's a lot of preparation that comes into a tournament between getting your boat ready and then coming out and pre-fishing. We weren't able to pre-fish this one a whole lot, and we just went off of a lot of memories. And I feel like that's something why we didn't do so well today, is because we didn't pre-fish. There's a lot of these guys that did really well today might have been pre-fishing for 2 weeks straight, finding out what these fish are doing and what they're biting. And so that's just the big thing, is getting preparation, and it costs a lot of money to do it. Not only in entry fees, but you got to think of gas in the boat, your truck, and the hotel room wherever you're staying. So there's a lot of extra cost that comes into it, and then just all the hard work that you got to do during the tournament also to make sure that you get your 5 fish. So today we had 12 pounds, 15 ounces. Not a great finish. We didn't intend on placing. But you know what? We had fun today. Went out, learned a new part of the lake, and met some great people. That's one thing about tournament fishing, is just getting to know all the other anglers. And also, learning from them. That's what tournament fishing is just learning how to fish differently from other people, meeting new connections, and just making great bonds as friends. And you know, later on, going fishing together, and hey, you got a new partner.
Yeah, so that's a wrap for this episode. Thank you for watching. If you want to watch more of our episodes, go to our YouTube channel, Outdoor News Junior Pro Team. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you follow us on our social media page, our Facebook and Instagram page. Again, Outdoor News Junior Pro Team. Thank you for tuning in this week. Hope we see you next week.